And when I restarted the game on like the quick resume.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Why Are You Still Here? You know, you've heard it a million times. So it's a show where we talk about whatever we want, right? And
Yes.
today, that's right, it's special features. Resurrection,
Bitch.
aka it's the eighth one.
That's crazy. 8 months. 8 months of funding addiction. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Indeed.
And I swear every week it's just every month it's some variation on games, movies, and figure pickups, which is what it's
Yeah, I
about,
mean
baby.
that's all I buy, so it would never be anything else.
Yes. Yes, yes, indeed. So I do 1, 2, 3, 4. I got four things to show off today.
Four things.
Mhm.
Okay, I got carry the three. Um, oh shit. Yeah, one thing.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I'll make this very easy. We'll do our sandwich method, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna start off with something we talked about. Well, I've been talking about for a few months at this point because you know how much I love my 4K releases, my 4K re-releases. Got a 4K
Hi,
re-release today.
I'm Chucky. Wanna
Pray.
pray?
Here they are. They arrived
Very good.
late, might I add.
Very late.
Oh, it was a day late, but some people got them like 5 days early. Some people got them a couple days early, so they were all over YouTube with the unboxings. But
I think it
unfortunately, what's
people
up?
that get them from Best Buy, they get them about 5 days early.
Yeah, they
Best Buy
were.
will send them out as soon as they get the stock of them, so
Mm,
that can
okay.
be, Thursday before release or whatever.
So it is another Scream Factory release, and I was a little upset with the slipcover on this one because the ones for Halloween set a precedent. They were so beautiful and wonderful. This is just your typical slipcover, which has alternate cover art for this one. The regular cover art is this, but this is the original theatrical poster. Like it a little bit more, to tell you the truth.
Hmm. In
Only
your
because,
defense, I
yes.
will say I don't give a crap about slipcovers, but the Halloween slipcovers are the one exception where I won't throw it in
Oh
the
my
trash.
God, they're beautiful.
I
So
mean, I
they're.
don't know if I'd say they're beautiful, but
I
they're
love
definitely
them.
made out of like a thick card stock. So,
Yes, and these two do have the original poster, so there is no reverse for them. But if you get them on Screen Factory with the posters, you get alternate slip covers for 2 and 3 that have different art. So I guess that's cool if you're into that kind of thing. And the Screen Factory release on the website comes with like a little Chucky figure, like Burn Chucky from the first one, and they're not shipping until like December. So
oh,
imagine
it's
paying
weird.
like over $150 for this set for these posters and a doll that's not coming for like 4 months and it's this big. How stupid. I'm so glad. And then they took your money right away too. At least on Amazon, they took it when they shipped it. So glad I didn't do that. Anyway, as far as the releases go, the transfers, I mean, they all look pretty damn good. They're not as good as Halloween one. I don't know why Halloween one looks so good, but the rest look better than the Blu-ray, but not amazing. Same with
Yeah,
this, especially with the first movie. The first movie looks really damn good, and I do have to say this: watching this in its entirety again, this is a damn good scary movie. I absolutely love it. Cool.
does the second one have the tagline of "Hey Jack, Chucky's back" or
On the
whatever?
cover, that
Yeah,
is the tagline for the movie, but it's not on the
is that
cover.
on there?
No,
I've never seen that photo with the scissors without that
I know
tagline.
it's always at the bottom. So
Indeed.
here's something that you talked about a few months ago. I said I was going to pick up. I picked it up.
Yeah, you've shown it on the show before.
I showed this last week,
I think
last
so.
month.
I think so.
I
Yeah,
I've had this for a month.
I think so. Yeah,
Well, I
I'm
hope I didn't
pretty.
show it off because
I
there's
am
absolutely,
pretty sure.
and even if I did, there's absolutely nothing I could have said about it because I played a majority of it Friday.
No, you're just like, I got it, and I was
Oh,
like, awesome, and it was
if
like,
that
okay,
was the
that was
case,
it.
that's stupid.
I
Then
think so. I think I could be wrong. Obviously,
I've been
we'll
wrong on the
find
show
out.
thinking that I've shown something and I haven't, or
But
that you've
I've been
shown something.
wrong too, where I was
Yes,
convinced that you showed something and I was wrong. But maybe you just showed me a picture of it. I don't know, but
I
I
know I
do feel like
texted
it's been a
you.
month.
I know I texted you when I got it, and I said I had to get this bad boy, some shit like that. I finished watching the 3 movies and then I bought it and I showed you the picture. That's what I showed you. I don't think I showed this off in special features yet.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we will. Anyway, I'm on chapter 5. I don't know if that's halfway through the game, but I talked to Brandon about it. He's like, "How did you not remember the influencer? She's on her phone and annoying as fuck at the beginning of
And
the
look,
game."
well, not so much annoying, just that she's one of the 2 characters whose face does this.
Yes.
And it's like, what?
When I restarted it, I'd only played 30 minutes of the game, so I'm like,
Yeah, she's
oh.
in that 30 minutes though.
So I played it again and got much more acquainted with all of the characters and David Arquette. Awesome. There's this moment when he's talking to Chris, I think his name is the kid, the podcast kid, who listens to Waish.
David
by the way.
Arquette is Chris.
That's his name. What's the name of the podcast kid?
I know exactly who you're talking about. It's the kid from Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom. But oh, give me 1 second.
Well, I'll
There's
just
so
explain my
many
point.
names in
I
it.
know, it's crazy.
Continue.
So there's a part where they're talking and it's like the sun is setting and he's like, David Arquette's like, you guys got to get, stay here. I got to get out. It's for your safety, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a few long,
Ryan.
wide shots of them talking. And I swear to God, with like the shadow and the lighting, it looked photorealistic for a few shots. And I like, if I was just looking at it, I would hardly be able to tell the difference. It was especially with the detail in the uniform because it has all the ray tracing. So the lighting is completely uniform. I was blown away. Maybe it's because I've been playing so many retro games. I haven't been playing anything that's like modern, but I was blown away by the graphics of this game. However, when you walk, it's a little bit of a different kind of a jittery kind of walk sometimes. It feels like kind of like Harry's waggle arm in Order of the Phoenix, but I actually I like it. I can't wait to finish it.
Yeah, it's great. I don't understand the walk thing, but other than that though, yeah, it's so those 2 characters I make fun of because it's like they seem like they're massively inexperienced with motion capture work. That was my theory.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just like, they have this big head set on, big massive headgear, and they're overacting because they think that their performance is not getting through, while everybody else in the game has done motion capture work before, so they understand that you don't have to overact. That was my theory, because they're just like, huh? Nope. Like it's a lot of teeth. There's a lot of teeth going on. And I swear, like I've told you before, with the Australian guy, I think his name is Nick, his teeth will clip through his like cheek and stuff. And
I haven't seen the clipping through the teeth
like
yet.
There's just like, oh yeah. That's not how he talks at all. That's like Mick Jagger, like, yeah, wait, this can't be all right. Yeah, but his teeth are just like fucking all over the place. It looks like, what it looks like? It's a super popular thing, at least it used to be, where people would take Resident Evil 2 and they would turn the reactions up to like 1,000, and so their eyes are like coming out of their head, and they're like shaking the whole
I need to
time,
get you to a
and
hospital
their
right
like
now.
tongue is hanging out, and
No,
like
no,
I think it's called like facial reactions or facial animations, and they just turn that up as high as it goes, so it just looks like they're having a seizure, and their eyes are
What, on
popping
like the
out, and
PC
they're,
version? Like
you
it's a
know,
slider in the menu?
it's definitely the PC version. I think it's a mod though, where they
Oh,
can
okay.
get into the, like, it's something that tons of people do. In fact, if you don't put a clip of it in this video,
That's why I'm
you're dead.
asking, so I can make sure that I'm finding it.
I'll supply it to you. It's so funny. And it's just like massive, like just everything going wrong, because you know those games are really state of the art, and they
Yes.
have great facial animation. So it just takes, like, if somebody just does that with their eye or that with their mouth or whatever, it kicks it up to 1,000. So now they're just like it's insane. But that's how I would look at especially the Australian guy Nick in that game, because it's like, what is going on here? You know, it's just so weird. Everybody else is fine though. And my favorite character is oh god, you would think that I would remember his name. It's been a little bit since I played the game now.
Okay.
So I can't remember his name, but it was the guy, it was the boyfriend from Halloween 2018.
Is he gay?
Maybe.
I would have to. Oh, they don't elaborate on it further when he was talking to
There's hints
Ryan
at it
when he was like, yeah, a girlfriend. What about a boyfriend? I'm like, okay, is it going to be an option to be gay in this game?
If you keep on like pressing the button to have reactions and conversation and stuff, he'll say like, you know, like, oh, somebody's on the phone, they want you to give me your number.
Yeah, I remember that part.
Like that kind of stuff, and it's like, oh, smooth.
You know, the way he talks, that's the last thing I'll say about Corey, but the way he talks is how I feel like you impersonate me, and I was laughing every time he talked.
Because
I agree.
he really just sounds like this the entire time.
I don't know what's going on with that either, because in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, he's massively animated. Just, it's like, you know, did they purposely tell him to do that? But then again, he would have done motion capture work for those movies. So was he trying to purposely restrain himself?
Who knows?
Or is that just the character? I don't know. It's weird, but yeah, I don't know, that the guy that plays that character though, yeah, Dylan, Miles Robbins is Dylan, which, side note, is Susan Sarandon and Tim Robbins' son.
Would have never known. Ever.
Did you know?
Oh god.
Bonus fact time.
Oh god.
That Susan Sarandon, that's actually not her maiden name, that she was actually married to
You're gonna say Chris Sarandon?
Yeah. She was married to Chris Sarandon for a few years, and that's where she got that Sarandon last name. So it all comes back. Comes back to Chucky, and as well as Nightmare Before Christmas, as well as Dog Day Afternoon. So yeah.
Very good. Very good. So you can show off your singular pickup.
Oh, okay. It's not even a really good one.
That's fine.
We
needed to have a dull episode with you.
Indeed.
Because there's generally never a dull moment with you.
As you may remember, for people that don't know, just go into our main page on YouTube, scroll down to where it says Lucas's channel, click on that, type in Sonic review or some shit like that.
Oh god.
And he'll tell you for 25 minutes about how Sonic is the best movie ever. So I think that you'll really enjoy this fact that I did in fact get Sonic 2 on Steelbook.
I still haven't even seen it yet.
I haven't either.
So
this is one of those instances where
I'm gonna grab something.
Okay, I did blind buy it. simply because, I saw the first one and I got that on Steelbook as well. And look at that. Look at that
So,
beautiful bastard there.
turn that around again.
And I liked it. I liked
the cover.
it. I didn't think it was.
What do you think about that cover?
I mean, I always thought it was a little bit weird, but why? Oh, that's cool.
I noticed the border on it, and I was like, "Wait a minute, that's the game art."
It is the game art. Yeah, that is cool. Yeah,
Very
I always
big
looked
bonus
at it
points.
as just like oh, it's kind of a weird cover. It's kind of really basic, but I see why now.
Oh,
So
now I
that
want to play
makes
Sonic
sense.
2. It's awesome. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
Obviously Jim Carrey is great.
He's awesome.
And the first movie was good. I wouldn't say it was great or the best video game movie ever.
What's your competition? The Mario Brothers movie, the Alone in the Dark movie,
We've talked
Resident
about this
Evil
before.
movies.
Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City.
You're one of the only people that I swear I hear talk about singing praises for that movie. Like, some people will say it's better in comparison, but I don't see anybody loving it.
Anthony, Alyssa, you watching this right now? Comment below and tell us what you think about the movie, because I know that they really like it. We're the three of us are probably the biggest Resident Evil video game fans I've ever met in my entire life, and we saw it together and we were all impressed by it. Was it the best movie ever? No. But was it the best video game movie ever? Probably. And the only reason Sonic doesn't get that is because now it's a good movie, but it's nothing like the video game. So for you to actually, make a video game movie, it has to at least be like the game.
I get your point.
Like, you can make a good movie, like make a Mario movie and make it a heist movie of breaking into Bowser's castle. Like, I'm sure that's great, but it's nothing like the video game. You know what I mean? So, and we'll see whatever they're going to do with that Mario movie.
That movie is literally in what I would say current development hell, because that movie was announced years ago. They had the cast over a year ago. They haven't had any pictures, nothing, no tease. And I think convinced they're trying to hide it. I think it's a Munster situation.
I don't think so. I think when they announced it, they hadn't even begun recording their lines yet. Like, they just casted it, so we'll see the movie in like 5 years. Do you know how long it takes to? You're the biggest Toy Story fan I've ever met in my life. You know how long it takes them to do that kind of animation.
Well, it's Illumination. You got to remember that too. It's not like they're known for their quality.
I know, but it's still, even those like Minions movies, I'm sure that still takes a while.
Massive shutter there. Anyway. The fucking light just went all really wonky.
It always does that.
But I mean, it was like on the fritz.
Yeah. It constantly, it never stops blinking.
Look at it,
for
like
whatever
right now.
reason.
It's angry.
Yes. Your face is also kind of blurry. Not so much now. Oh, there we go.
It's haunted.
It's messed up. I wish there was a way to fix it.
It's totally haunted. Anyway, I'll just go to the next one. I showed you this. I know I haven't shown this on special features, so I got it within the last 2 weeks. The Angry Video Game Nerd physical video game. It's a combination of the first 2 games, obviously by the title, but they're like remastered, because I have the first one on the 3DS, like eShop version.
I think you did show this.
I've not had this for a month.
I think you have.
I have texted you pictures of these. I know that. There's no way. I've not had this for a month. If I go back and watch
technically,
I swear.
When we record this episode, it's 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It becomes a month by Friday.
Yeah, there's no way.
I could be wrong. We'll see.
Yeah, there's no way. But anyway, this game, obviously it's hard. It harkens back to the like 8-bit, 16. This one's more like 16-bit style. And the funny thing about this game is that it takes almost every trope throughout the reviews that he complains about, and they implement that as a gameplay mechanic that works against you. So not only is the game hard, but they purposely make it annoying. And I've never even beaten the first one. There's like 6 levels. I've gotten like past 5 of them.
It's like a platformer, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. And they, for example, there's a level called Assholevania, and it's all based on Castlevania, and you're basically like Simon, but you're the AVGN. You collect beer bottles, you collect Nin toasters. It's hilarious, and they got all the characters and stuff like from the reviews and shit, like Super Mecha Death Christ. You got the Bullshit Man is in there. That's like a side series that he does. It's called You Know What's Bullshit, and that's the Bullshit Man. And
interesting.
I always like to think this skeleton with the guitar is dead Mike Matei, or not Mike Matei, Kyle Justin, because he's dead to them. You know, the guitarist that was like basically forcibly removed.
No, not really. I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, there's just a whole bunch of callbacks. Like even on the back of the box, there's like the classic AVGN game room with all the characters. So just to have a physical copy on a Nintendo. Oh, and it's got reversible cover art in there, by the way. That looks like the LJN, but it's AVGN. So I thought that was pretty funny.
Interesting. You know what? Put that back up. Where it says video game, it looks like it's Family Videos font. Like angry video game nerd.
I see what you're saying.
I'd be willing to nearly bet my right testicle that is Family Videos font. It's also funny that it has the logo for the game company that he hates so much.
Oh,
no, other corner.
Top
LJN. Upper corner. LJN. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like an NES box.
See, LJN is so funny. That is like Blast Games, yes, but just more retro. Like they get the license for things, and they make it the cheapest, dirtiest way possible just to rake in a few bucks, you know? Yep. Like just like Back to the Future game having nothing to do with Back to the Future is the Home Alone game, or, you know, insert any title here. And you know what? As you were talking, I was actually thinking that there is actually probably no way that you've shown these recently on the show, because the last like 27 special features have just been you showing accessories.
Yeah.
So I think that, and when I say 27, I mean like the last 2 or 3.
I understand.
Have just been like, hey, look at this. This is the Hondo Mika 3000, and I'm like, what is that? And you're like, well, it makes the video game look 1 pixel better. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. And you're like, yeah, let me show you how it works. So you get this in there, and yeah, you need a little bit of hand sanitizer and connect that around, and gotta wrap that that was easy. There you go. You plug this in, and then you got that good, sweet quality.
Very accurate representation. Thanks, Jim Carrey.
Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus. Anyway, it's just very surreal to have an actual physical Nintendo game of this YouTuber that I've been watching since 2005. So
yes,
I mean, it's just insane that it's real and it exists. So that's cool. So here's the last thing I'll show off. I got this game when it came out. It's been out for years. Luigi's Mansion 3.
Oh yes.
Oh, Luigi's Mansion 3. This is my steelbook. I just got this in the mail. It's official that once I found out that there were Switch game steelbooks. Ooh, I jumped right on that one, baby. Um, is what Brandon told me when he looked at the back and found out that this is just a really convincing fake. And
Yeah, it's
I just,
cool though.
oh, of course. And I just found it in my work bag. And I was I was confused, but I'm like, hell yeah, that's awesome. Why would he give up a steal? So I look at the side, I'm like, where's the spine slash? Like, why does he, why is this in my bag? But
Yeah, I had it for a few months, and I mean, making custom steelbooks is definitely an art form. I don't know how they do it.
like, I
They
mean, just
somehow
looking at
print
this through the
onto
plastic,
aluminum.
like an existing steel book, or do they have like a machine that has the precise dimensions of
It's
a
definitely
switch
not
case?
existing. This is all completely custom. So
No,
I
what I
don't know
mean
how
is
they
like, do they
do
take
it.
like a cheap switch steel book and put a print over it?
Oh, I would maybe, but I don't think there is any cheap Switch steelbooks, to be honest with you. They're pretty hard to come by. They had one for the Lego Star Wars, Skywalker saga.
Yeah,
There was one for that, and there's one for this, and they don't have many other than that because they look
probably
kind
something for
of,
Xenoblade. I
a
think they
little
went for
different
Xenoblade,
on
but
the.
nobody would print over a Xenoblade one if that exists. So
I think that they
I
probably just get the parts for it from somebody that machines them, and then they somehow put it together. But again, how do you print onto metal?
yeah, I don't know.
And there's no issues either.
Yeah, it
Like
looks
the
great.
corners don't have any issues or anything. It's really amazing. It really is. It's definitely a really cool route to take if there's something that's just never gotten a steelbook release and you really wanted a steelbook for it. But I was personally looking for the real version of Luigi's Mansion
Yes.
3, because there is a real steelbook of it, and I went on Mercari and I saw a bunch of them. A lot of them are like in the $50 or $60 range just for the steelbook.
Wow.
And this one, I kept looking, and I found one. Like there was some that were obvious they were customs, completely different cover on them, but this one had the exact same cover, and it was like $20 or $25, and I bought it. And once it arrived, it came with like a sheet of paper in it that was like Carl's Customs. And I was like, that's a
Slap in the
fun name.
face.
And I'm like looking at it and I'm like, this has got to be the real one though, right? And then I turn over and look at the back and I'm like, that's not the back to it. And then I went back and looked at the listing because I stupidly did not read the whole thing. Who does, right? And I see that it was a custom. So I felt bad sending it back because it was my mistake. But I held on to it and I rated the guy, whatever, he got his money. And I just had it sitting in the shelf because it is nice.
It's very nice.
But I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this because I want the real one. But yeah, so I slipped it into Lucas's bag, and it is now his.
Yep. You know, the other day I didn't bring that bag to work, and it completely threw off my clock in and clock out like ritual. And
Yes,
I basically only use that bag because I'm so used to doing that ritual, because it's really just a transportation system for my apron and maybe like various other things here and there. But like I didn't, I figured, I'm like, you know what do I use it for? I'm not even gonna bring it. I hated it. Like
it's funny. I mean, I understand that. It's like when you leave the house and you realize you didn't bring your phone and now you feel like you're just like missing a part of your soul. Like you just feel like off, like everything is just wrong from that point forward. And so I get it. A lot of people bring backpacks to work because they bring a change of clothes and they change into clothes there and they go somewhere else, and they're smelling and they're going and partying and
yes.
doing things with people while smelling. So that in those instances, even though I don't agree with it, it makes sense. With you, I've always been perplexed by it. So,
Yeah, it's just part of my bag, baby.
indeed. There's sometimes where it's like you need to bring something to work. You shouldn't leave it in the car because it's too hot or too cold outside. So I get in those instances. Usually it's something small and I will keep it in my coat, but I don't have a coat during the summer. So,
Yes.
whatever.
So
I don't know. So I get it, but I don't, but whatever.
Anyways, interesting as this conversation is, we have some upcoming videos to look forward to. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory Part 2 that no one cares about will be finished soon. We just had other timely things to get out of the way, which have worked out in our favor, by the way. So we also have, like, we already
people seem
mentioned,
to like the newest video.
Yes. So anyway, we have the Michael Myers mask ranking coming up first to really kick off our spooky season. We have our Monsters review will be coming very shortly afterwards. We have Halloween Ends coming up. We have the entire franchise ranking of Michael Myers, which you said before. So
yeah,
like, we're pretty stacked.
Yes, and it's good to know that Lucas is on top of it with the mask ranking, because it seems like he's already finished it, I guess. I don't know.
Yes, I have the list.
We don't record that until next week, but he thought it was today. So
I know, and I texted Brandon. I'm like, so it's 2 parts, right? 11 for the first part, 11 for the second, because it's going to be a long video. And he's like, special features, bitch. I'm like, running the shelf, grabbing everything. I'm ready.
yeah. I guess we'll see. I mean, it probably will be 2 parts, but I think that'll be discovered in the edit, so to speak. It'll just be cut down the middle. So yeah, and I've just been so busy with everything having to do with this channel that it's hard to get to priorities that I have from previous weeks, right? But you might think, why did they review the Monsters trailer? Why did they review the Chucky 2 trailer? Why did they not talk about Halloween Ends trailer? I understand your frustration, and I will tell you, we did. So keep an eye out for that. And it's going to be more so of like, because it's been like 3 weeks since that's come out. So it's going to be like, it's going to be a bit more of like, a Halloween Ends kind of video where we talk about what
Pre-season.
our theories about things, and we talk about what we expect to see. So we do talk about the minute-long trailer in it, but some other things as well. So keep an eye out for that also. And rest in peace, Anne Heche. That sucks. Never really been a huge fan of her work, but you've seen multiple things with her in it. I guarantee it. I've seen multiple things with her in it. And she, kind of committed suicide.
Oh, God.
She you didn't hear about this? She rammed her car into somebody's house and she went into a coma. And then they were keeping her alive only so they could harvest her organs because she had no brain activity.
Jesus.
And she officially passed away.
Wow, that's crazy.
Like a week ago, something like that. But yeah, I know what you did last summer. Tons of stuff. The Psycho remake. She played Marion Chambers. Marion Crane. Marion Chambers. Wrong franchise at Halloween. Yeah, that
yes.
Yeah, that was her. And she was in movies with like Harrison Ford and shit. So yeah, so rest in peace. My heart goes out to her family and children and all that.
That's sad
and
situation.
In conclusion, something I found out while playing Harry Potter games and watching videos on it, apparently the composer of the first 3 or 4 games, you know what I'm gonna say? 3. He's done some bad
Jeremy
shit.
Soule.
Yeah, I was watching a video where a guy goes, now I'm gonna compliment the music, but don't take that as me excusing this guy of his crimes. And I was like,
was it the foreign guy's
about?
video?
Yes.
That's Farland's design. Now I'm
Yep.
going to talk about the game, but please do not excuse what he did. The score
Yeah.
is amazing. I know exactly what video you're talking about.
I literally commented on that guy's video trying to guess what his name was because he says his name.
Yes.
And I was like, and I typed it, and he's like, what? And I'm like, didn't you say that's your name? And he's like, no. And I'm like, okay, is it this? And it was still so similar. I'm like, I'm baffled by what this guy's name is. He didn't respond to me the second time because he's probably like, what is this guy doing? But I am like, I'm obsessed now with finding out what this guy's name is because how he pronounces it obviously is just wrong.
That is
he
funny.
calls his name like Stykophis Duke. He'd be like, hello, I am Stykophis Duke. And I'm like,
I'll go rewatch it. I'll let you know what I think.
When I rewatched it, I went from Stykophis Duke to Stygofgus Duke. So I don't know. Apparently that's not even a little bit correct.
Oh my!
But your impression was really good, though.
Thank you. Yes. I really like listening to the Stats-O-Critic scoring system.
And for people that might be like, what are you talking about? This Jeremy Soule guy who is like called the John Williams of video games.
His music
has been the composer of so many games. Apparently I can't say the word of obviously what he does, but there's a lot of evidence to support that he does a bit of like a casting couch type of situation with all the women that he works with. So
disgusting.
Yeah, it's not good at all. He's the John Williams of video games, but he's also the Harvey Weinstein of video games, it seems like. So
oh my god,
you just did a face that looked exactly like Kevin Smith when he does interviews.
Industry giants.
I hope you catch that when
he does the thing, the side mouth thing.
I don't know, do it. No, it's sort of like a
heaviest movie I've ever watched.
like you're agreeing with something. Like agree with me on something. No, you'll see it.
I have the hat on, so it's the Kevin Smith.
It looks so much like him because he agrees like hard with people.
Just supply me the like one clip of it and I'll put it in there. I will find it.
Okay, sounds good. I need to supply you a clip of that as well as the Resident Evil 2
face
funkiness,
insaneness.
Indeed.
Saw another big pop of color. It's really distracting.
I saw it too. Yeah.
Anyway, everybody, have a good
one. And I love the Mario Brothers movie.
Hey, it's Mario Brothers plumbing.
I actually hate it very much, but it has its. I mean, it's fun, isn't it?
Well, it is the very first video game adaptation of a movie ever. So
yeah, I think it has its moments. It's not like a good representation at all, but it has its moments.
It does.
I enjoy that,
especially with Yoshi being like an actual dinosaur. And
he's like the real size of what a velociraptor should be.
Yeah,
from what I remember, because he's small.
He is small,
but then there's King Koopa.
I know,
and the Goombas,
which are
they're all
opposite proportions.
Yeah, it's weird. That's one thing that's weird.
Anyways, guys,
the head and their big bodies, and
then they shrink them into fucking monkeys.
It's something.
All right, guys. See you.
At some point, let's do a ranking of video game movies.
I'm down for the cause. And I won't put Sonic as number one.
I don't believe you. If that's how you feel, that's okay.
I'm just making a joke.
I just think it's funny
I'll have to go through a whole bunch of other ones. I'd have to introduce you to Ubi Bowl if you don't know who he is.
Oh, I don't even want to talk about that.
Okay, all right then. That's fine.
I mean, I'm kidding. I know who he is. He records his commentaries from his living room. And what was that?
If anybody criticizes my movies,
House
I
of the
challenge them
Dead.
to a boxing match to prove that my movies are good.
Yes,
That's
yes. That's
Yeah.
something he said too. Yeah. I always thought it was U-Bowl, but that makes
No,
sense.
it's
It's
Uwe.
Uwe.
Uwe or Uwe, whatever it is.
It might be Uwe. It doesn't
Uwe
have
Bowl.
a
thing.
umlaut or whatever. Yeah, House of the Dead sucks. All right, bye everybody.